chaining a Fool Loss, which you could. In response to the Fool Loss, if you want to, chain special summon another Huggin, then the first one won't summon. So we deemed that we don't want to lose one of these cards because we're already going to be discarding with the Huggin, but then getting ashed. Negate. Oh boy. Now, why are we playing Runic with Yummy? What is the synergy here? Can we turn the Huggin into a Link 1? Yes, we can with Gravity Controller. So any of them being able to turn into a Gravity Controller is why this is a good idea. But we're under freaking Fool Loss. Search for a Cupsy and Lalipo. Let's discard away the Lalipo as we have our Cupsy searching for Surprise, then passing, right? We'll at least get a Snatchy in a circulation, then we could pass. Yes. So what exactly do we have here? We have the ability to destroy a monster. We could flip 2 monsters face down. If we play a Crow, which we probably don't, that would be another form of disruption. So just a pop and flip face down. The Yummy Surprise could return 2 monsters back. We could destroy a special summon monster. About 4 forms of disruption. Dispelling could maybe get rid of a card out of their hand after they search, but I don't know if I really want to count that as a disruption. They have 8 freaking cards in hand. Tristaros puts them in a really bad spot. And why did we just die by battle and do nothing? Well, we're hoping that the opponent activates something. They have to activate something for us to activate the Cupsy to Reborn Bodies from Engrave. So by simply normal summoning and attacking, that hard countered our fields. Now, we could chain the Cupsy. Cupsy, Reborn, and because the Tristaros is waiting for them to activate something, we could chain special summon for the deck and then perform a Synchro. We could make a Dragster. Dragster could negate the Yummy Surprise or the Flash Fire. Now, there's a ruling situation on the Dragster that Daradurn should know. Let's read this. If the opponent activates a spell and trap card, you could reduce this card's level by 2 if you do negate the activation. What that means is if you bait them, because you may be thinking, let's just use Flash Fire on it, and then they'll negate it. Well, you could use Yummy Surprise, and if they try to negate the Yummy Surprise, you could then chain the Flash Fire to destroy it, and then you still get to banish cards off the top of the deck, you get rid of the Dragster, and the Yummy Surprise still goes through. Because it has to be on the field, and it has to reduce part of the resolution of the effect to even negate. Now we have that Cookie instead, dealing with the Dragster, wipe that Fool out. I'm sorry for having the Naruto music on, whoops. And now, let's synchro it up into our Cookie, flip down the opposing monsters face down as we destroy the Dragster. Again, we're going to want them to activate a card effect so the Cookie could reborn 2 bodies. And then ideally, what we're going to do is we're going to use the Surprise on Chainlink 1, Snatchy on Chainlink 2, so that we could return 2 cards and perform a Synchro. That will be our ideal play. No Call by the Grave onto Snatchy, which is definitely interesting. Now, the Snatchy itself is not actually an additional disruption. We're just going to be synchroing within the main phase to go into our Cupsy, searching our deck here. Grab a regular Cupsy and Marshmallow. Let's discard away that Marshmallow. They can dodge the finger with the Yummy Surprise, but then not use Yummy Surprise as a form of disruption, which we're just going to be using to Reborn the Marshmallow anyway to add back that Surprise. Just recycle it. Because we set called by, we were not able to make that play. Now, Minion. Recycle. Back in the deck, we're going to use the Cluster. Chain, pop away the Marshmallow. In response, Cupsy, Reborn up to 2 bodies from Engrave. Call by the Grave, finger that Snatchy. Yummy Surprise, dodge the finger, Reborn the Snatchy back out. What? Damn. Leaving the duel because you can't finger me. No hand traps as we're playing Runic instead. Runic's gonna give us the ability to try to board break through monster negating, destroying a special summon monster, destroying a back row card with the Runic Destruction. Let's suck up the Clockwork as we end our turn. Okay, so we weren't too crazy toxic here. We do have the ability to Ash, pop cards, negate anything, negate a spell and trap. If they activate something, then go into the spell and trap card negate. We can negate an activation from the hand or grave. About 5 forms of disrupt. And we know the hand, besides the Runic Dispelling. So we knew exactly what they could do. We knew that they could Flash Fire us. Negate. Where's the princess? Right, so if you're wondering, how do we get the canceller out in the field? 2 level 5s, detach a material, target the spell canceller, special summon it to either field. Obviously, your own field. And if we saw his hand, why didn't we want to summon it? Is the question, right? Now, what did we just do here? We just flipped up the cluster. The cluster is going to give us the ability of none of our cards can be banished by the card effects. And then whenever we want, we can target up to 2 cards to destroy them. As the Gary going in by battle is just going to wipe out the cluster. And in order to even summon a Gary to then attack with it, you do have to use your effect within the battle phase. Otherwise, you lose your next battle phase. What happened? We have Tristaros in response ready. We do have Ash Blossom to negate the Cupsy Yummy Way, which could chain reborn 2 bodies, denying him the search for 2 cards. Come forth, back onto the... I guess he wanted a fair duel, right? Wouldn't Spell Canceller have easily won this? Was there some sort of summon lock that I'm not aware of? Let me see with the Crystron cards. Crystron K9 cannot special. You cannot summon for the extract for the rest of the turn except the machine monsters. So that is likely what we're under, is the princess is not a machine, right? Princess is a Cyberse. So we do have to be careful about that. Also the Tristaros. You cannot summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except machine. Both of these are machine lock. If you use their effect, this one summon 2, this one summon itself. That is how you have to play around that. Let's slumber our Hugin out onto the field here, triggering the Runic Fountain, returning 3 cards in grave back. Come to me. Why is your stars doing nothing? Because you have to summon a level 5 from your deck, and apparently we're out of level 5s? What the heck? I don't understand. We went through all of them. We play Sulfador, and where's the other one? What? They're under here? 3 Sulfadors and 1 Sulfaneer. They're all here. 3 Sulfador, 1 Sulfaneer, nothing to summon from the deck with Tristaros. That's wild. I could not freaking believe it. Black Rose Dragon, destroy the entire field. Now, we're going to use the minion to recycle our cards engraved back in the deck and then pass on a Pirellia plus Nibiru. Let's look at the analytics on Crystron K9. You do play 3, 50% play 1 Sulfaneer, and he happens to be the one that plays just 1. Ash, negate the Pirellia mate. Let's further. Case for K9. As we're now going to discard with Sulfaneer, Reborn, pop away the Case for K9. Smyger is going to be using its effect to add a Crystron Spell and Trap card from the deck. Tribute summon for Noroi. If they don't have 2 cards in their hand, they can't normal summon without tributing. Now, we are locked into K9 only, and we're about to get into 5 summons here. Do we have another Ripper? We already used up a Ripper, right? We're gonna get Nibiru'd with our K9 cards. No freaking way. 6,300. Just go to battle phase. What are you doing? There, that's it. We're good. All's well. We don't have to Lupus. Now, Lupus is main phase only. You can't battle phase special summon it. So if it weren't for the life points being enough, we would have played into a Nibiru. 1 and 1. Marshmallow. Just like that, which will enable any of the K9 cards if you open up with Marshmallow. And we're just tossing all of the Mulcharmies at him. Fool loss on top of fool loss, because Konami thought it'd be a great idea for more than one to be activatable for some reason. Now, what do we minimally want to do under a fool loss? We still have our normal summon. Reborn from the graveyard's not going to be resulting in a draw. Special summon the Cupsy, Search, Ash, Negate, no Yummy Surprise Mate, which is continually recyclable with the Marshmallow. This is what we end on. We end. We're not ending. On a fool loss, we could have synchro during their turn. Do we really need to synchro here? Oh boy. Giving them an additional draw. Discard the cookie. Normal Lollipo, return from their grave back in the deck of fool loss. I guess give them a brick. So we're going to be hoping on for them to activate something. If they activate something, then we could Cupsy Reborn back onto the field now. we see that something could be an evenly freaking match. Banish everything on the field except one card. There's gonna be a lot of crazy board breakers in today's event, and just like that, end of the battle phase. Now, main phase 2 didn't activate anything, so Cupsy is just chilling at 0 attack. We do have the Runic Fountain plus a freezing now, but the extra monster zone is competing with the Runic card. So first we want to make our Lollipo play before we commit to the Runic Fountain. Droplet, negate, just like that, mate. No reborn to 2 bodies, which we want to turn this into a Herald of Arc Light. That is what we work towards. Herald of Arc Light, what is your extra deck, mate? What the heck is this? Cyberse, Integrator, TG Hyper Librarian, Garden Rose Flora, Black Rose Dragon. You're not even on a Herald of Arc Light. I don't even know what the heck you're playing. What is this? We have Freezing Curses to negate a monster, draw 1. He's got no card worth negating, though. And now oh boy. We got the tip, we got the curses. Let's, with the tip, search for our destruction. Do we want to use the curse just to draw 2? Just draw 1 instead. We're going to hold on to the curses. Sure. We could have even used the Runic Destruction to special summon a monster to then ensure that we draw 2, but Destruction against K9 could be quite decent. We're going to use the Destruction, the effect of Special Summon, thus Retaliating Sea will be Special Summoning, ensuring that any card sent to the graveyard will now get banished. Which means this Runic card is not going to the graveyard. Thus, the Fountain cannot return it back to draw a card. This Retaliating Sea is quite devastating against Runic, I'd say, until we use curses to negate it. But it's only going to be a temporary negate. Cupsy could randomly draw a card, maybe drawn into a hand trap here. Goodbye to the destruction. Ash negate the Cupsy. As we're going to chain Snatchy. Now, this is where we would want to use curses. Otherwise, the Snatchy and the Cupsy would get banished. We do not want them to get banished. Negate. All of this within the battle phase, by the way. Negate Retal, go into the Cookie. Cookie's going to flip the bodies face down. Now, he does have Lupus in Grave, but Lupus is only activatable during the main phase. Flip the attacking Azuna and Retaliating Sea. And now we get to draw at least, wow. I mean, this deck's pretty interesting. I think there's a lot of mistakes you can make with, especially if you summon a Snatchy and then you're not able to get it out of the extra monster zone, then you can't activate your Runic cards. Let's go into the yummy way. Turning the Runics into the Gravity Controller is insane. To the point where I would almost think of playing more than one. Let's Cyberse Integrator, Reborn, TG Hyper Librarian. Anytime a Synchro monster is summoned, we get to draw a card. Let's freaking go. Return 1, draw. We're going to continually lose out on our battle phase, but that is okay. Now, the Librarian is going to be drawing cards during their turn because we could Snatchy Synchro during their turn. We could then use the Synchro to Reborn Snatchy back Synchro again. We could draw maybe 2-3 cards with the Librarian, right? 3 yummy Synchros, 3 draws with Librarian. Forbidden Droplet in the damage step. Reduce. Now, wait a second. This is no longer sending cards to the graveyard, otherwise the Droplet would not be activatable. Only if summoned this way do you get the effect of everything is banished when sent to the grave. So that was a major deal here, as we're now going to make a Typhon over the Retaliating Sea. Yeah, he flip summoned it, so it no longer had that benefit. Crazy. Yummy Surprise is going to get us back in business. We have another Retaliating Sea to ensure everything is banished when sent to the grave. Yummy Way Cookie Reborn 2. And then off of this, we're going to at least draw 1 with the Hyper Librarian. How do we easily deal with the Typhon and the Retaliating Sea when we're not going to have a battle phase? Well, Cookie will be 1 because it was reborn through a Synchro. We do have a battle phase because we didn't use a Runic card on the previous turn. He does get to search for his 1 of Max C. And let's draw a card. Let's go. Hyper Librarian and Snatchy with Runic Fountain. This is so toxic. I love it. I didn't want to play this deck until I saw the Hyper Librarian. Now I want to play this. Now I have to play this. This is draw 3 cards during their turn, potentially. Forbidden Droplet. Now, why does it look like we're not doing much? Because we are reliant on them activating something. Since they're not activating, we can't go into an insane cascade of reborn synchro, draw, flip, reborn synchro, reborn more. Let's hop into another match because that is it. Good job, Runic Yummy. Let's go. Prelia, not just good against Vanquish Soul Canine, also good against Yummy. So not being able to search means we also don't get the additional effect of setting the canine quick play. Negate an effect in hand or engrave, negate a monster on field only, and then also discard a card. You could consider this in a way a double disruption, but we'll just call it two in total. We also have the Ash Blossom, and what we could do is with the Rock of the Vanquisher, we could add back the Holly Sue, summon Holly Sue, and then Holly Sue can actually make some good plays. Summon a freaking Raisin. Raisin could pop a column if we summon into the wrong spot here. Raisin could also search for a Caesar. Caesar could return back the Holly Sue, then pop another card in the field. So this Rock is at least a double disruption. Probably just one, though. We're going to Prayers in the draw phase as we draw our second copy of Duel. What is going on here? We are going to, in response to the Habakiri, Rock the Vanquisher, add back the Holly Sue. This will be a good call with the Grave. Now, we didn't want to Ripper. We want to Ripper negate the Saji instead. Okay. I guess I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Negate Saji instead of the Habakiri. Okay. All right. And you'd be like, oh, what if they keep the Saji on field? There has to be another body on field. So that's not even a possibility. Thus, it will definitively activate Engrave. Okay. It worked out. Good job. I'm not negating Habakiri. I negate the Saji. Meow's in the standby. And a Fool Loss. We're activating both. We're not waiting. We do not care. Now, what they're ending on, they have 7 cards in hand, and what do they have to deal with here? We have the ability to destroy a monster on the field with Cookie, but in order to do so, it's going to be a bit convoluted. We have to Reborn Snatchy, remake Cupsy, search for Cookie, discard Cookie, then they activate another card, then we jump off, then we Reborn Cookie, then we get that one disruption to pop a Cookie. Otherwise, we do have the ability to flip 2 monsters face down with the Cookie Synchro, definitely, easily. We could force them to discard a card if they activate something. We could wipe away their field after using Purification to negate something, and Baron to Floor negate something. This is a solid 5 to 6 disruptions. Realistically, probably about 4 disruptions. Let's see. Case for Canine, grabbing our Jokel, Stake Your Soul. If you negate the activation of Stake Your Soul, we can activate another one. And we kind of took the Maxi challenge here. They got a ton of cards. So that is in response to that activation, we're going to be reborning. So we have this case where our Synchros chain link block our Murakumo, the chain link block our Baron to Floor. We have to make that decision. Now, the Raisin is activating to add a card. What's important to note is while we know Raisin can destroy the column, Snaxel has to make a choice. Do I want to search or destroy the column? You can't do both within the same chain. So we didn't pass on searching, and the Baron to Floor negates it anyway. Negate and destroy. Did not have a Borger or Caesar to return back to the hand to dodge the destruction, but not the negate. Snatchy, in response to the Mad Love searching for a field spell, we're going to go into the Cookie to flip down the Mad Love, ensuring that the field spell can't search a card. But if we chain the effect of Mad Love, we will be able to have a Jialong on field to use with the Vanquish Soul start. That's exactly what we're doing. Use the effect of Mad Love, reduce a monster by 500. Cookie's going to chain Reborn in response to that. And then Jialong will be summoned. Now we still have a Jokel play. We have Jokel, we have Jialong, we have Field Spell to be used with the Jialong. Cupsy, we did not trigger the Jialong. What happened here? Cupsy triggered, and we passed on Jialong. So he does not want to trigger Jiaolong because he wants Jokul to summon Jiaolong, and he wants to gain the benefit of Lantern to reborn a monster from the grave instead of using Jokul to summon the Lantern. There you go. In response, Snatchy's going to be synchroing into likely the Cupsy Synchro. You have to discard the Cookie here. Search for Cookie, discard Cookie, and we gain that additional disruption. That's one search. The second search, Cookie, discard Cookie. Perfect. Now if we activate something, we will be able to reborn. Purification, negate the effect of Jokul from searching and also destroy. Wipe you out. Now that you're in the grave, the Lantern can reborn you back out. Murakumo is going to wipe away the opposing fields, but Lantern's a full play. So what exactly are we left with here? So when Lantern activates a summon, we're going to want to chain Cupsy to reborn Cookie to destroy the Lantern. That is our play. Cupsy, destroy Lantern. I think this was a mistake. We blocked our Cupsy. Cupsy and Murakumo, they can't both be activated. And I guess the Lantern, they're just going to rank 5 Xyz instead of getting Cookie popped. Oh boy. Yeah, we passed on Cookie Destroy. Hold up. This already activated. It's not even a disruption. It's a hard once return. So because we ended our field with the Cupsy previously and we already activated the effect, we don't even have that Cookie disruption actually. Oh boy, that was it. Nada, 0 disruption. We have nothing left. I think we have lethal damage. How could this be lethal damage, right? That would be insane to be the case. So what I would do, Jax on Summon Destroy, then Force Release on Summon Destroy another card, and then Werewolf. With 3 materials, it can attack 3 times and deal 6,600 damage per attack when attacking directly because the Jax says the Werewolf will deal double battle damage. This is it. He didn't go Jax. What the heck? He already used up his normal summon, so he's not gonna get the pop of Jax, but he could still do it. Azuna with Lupus, so we're just extending it. We are going into it. We still had Azuna in Lupus. Now, my play is happening. This is it. On summon, pop the Cupsy. Force Release is main phase. No, this is not TCG. What are you doing? Did he not? He had lethal damage. Main phase only. Can you summon it? You can't battle phase this. We 100% gave up game. That was game. He tried a TCG play, I think so. Yeah, he tried to TCG this. That's a whoops. Big whoops. Oh boy. Damn. Come forth, Murakumo. It would have worked in the TCG, I am confident of that. Murakumo is going to be wiping away the field. What have I said? Murakumo is great against Vanquisher K9 Mate, and you're seeing exactly that. You can't get great use out of the Force Release because of the Murakumo wiping away the bodies. If you chain Force Release, the newly summoned monster would just get destroyed. Holy crap. There's no... It's over? Is it over? We had game and it's over? No! What the... Everyone understands my play, right? Just want to make sure that it is understood, it's realized that Jax, any turn which the opponent has activated a monster effect in the hand or graveyard, any battle damage this inflicts to your opponent is doubled, which gives the effect onto a K9 Xyz monster that has this as a material that gains this effect. And the Werewolf, the very top effect, while this has a material, Jax has 2 materials plus the Jax itself, so it has 3 materials. It can attack a number of times each battle phase up to the number of materials attached to it. It doesn't say attack into monsters, it's just simply attack. It can attack directly. It's at 33, it can attack 3 times, and anytime it deals battle damage, it is doubled with the Jax. And don't forget the Force Release itself, only within the main phase, destroy any card on field. So Jax on summon, destroy, Force Release on the summon of the Werewolf, destroy, and then triple 6,600 damage. That's what are the big dragon in Tenpai, the one that attacks 3 times? Oh my Jesus. I mean, I'm open-minded, and I do get excited sometimes and possibly could be wrong, but this, I believe I'm right. Double 66. If you detach with Jax, you do lose one of the attacks, but we had it. It was game. All right, what are you doing? We are side decking in floodgates. There can be only one fool, and that is you. Let's go. Oh boy. We have the ability to return back the lowest defense. We're not going to raise and destroy a column. We're going to Caesar, pop a card in the field. We're going to Snow Devil, destroy the entire field of monsters. I haven't even talked about the Canine cards yet, as we still have the ability to negate an effect in hand or in grave. We could also negate a monster effect on field. We can also non-target pop a card on the field, any card. We could also banish a card from their hand after looking at it with the Werewolf. We also have the there could be only one on the field floodgate. We also have the Ash Blossom in hand. 9 freaking disruptions versus a 5-card hand. Oh boy. Lollipo, let's try to return the Raisin back. Negate. Reduce the life points by half. Randomly discard a card from the hand. Goodbye to Aramasa. We could have lost Habakiri there. Snatchy. Snatch it up. And in response, we could flip up there could be only one. Don't tell me that your entire field is one of each different type. There's no way. There could be only one rock, one spellcaster, one fiend, one machine, and one warrior. He's got 5 different types. No way. And you can only control one beast. So, can't reborn the beast. Saji trigger engrave, Ripper, negate mate. Let's forbidden droplet it up. Tribute 1 monster control. So I guess we got to try to tribute the Snatchy if we want to. If we're pretending that we're actually having a real duel here. We are, ooh, this is interesting. We sent 2 for the droplet to negate the Ripper. Ripper's going to be destroyed by the Snow Devil. All right, dodge it. Let's add a Vanquish Soul from the graveyard back to the hand. Our Vanquish Souls on field will remain and not be destroyed. Summon the Holly Sue, wipe up the fields. And now we could droplet, negate Holly Sue and Borger. Ripper dodging the droplet, ensuring the Saji does get negated. Just so much we could do. Insane. There could be only one. Absolutely unneeded. Let's do it. Maxi limited 1, so you're barely ever going to see this in today's event, right? Come forth, Runic Dispel. And with that, we have our search for the field spell. No Ash in sight. Now we're going to Pirellia on the Resolution before they go into the Janix controller, or the gravity controller that is. Yummy surprise. Ooh. Did we really end on nothing? Yes. And we can't even use Dispelling whenever we want to ensure that the Runic Fountain could draw maybe into a hand trap or a Runic card to disrupt them with. So what we're relying on is the opponent has to add from the deck to the hand, then we can use this card, which will be right now. On the Eye of the Jokel, let's Dispelling, and let's go for our draw 2. The problem is the Ash can negate the draw 2 play. Yep, negate, Pot of Greed, not today. Now, what's going to be very important today is keeping track if someone activated something in the hand or in grave. So at the moment, the Azuna is not special summonable, the Lupus is not special summonable, but it's okay. We have Jokel into Ripper, and mind you, none of these cards could even be normal summoned because they don't have 2 cards in hand. So that's something you'd also want to keep track of if you're playing against Vanquish Soul Canine, to try to be on 1 card or less in hand. You have Jax on summon, detach to pop away the Huggin. Mandatory effect, by the way. It has to activate Engrave to turn on the Canine cards. Daradern, do not surrender. I need the chat to see that he's got double 6,600. They don't believe me. Don't you dare. Yes. 42 times 42 plus 2 times 2 plus 2, 5-2. 8,400 damage. And he could have attacked again. 84 with the case for K9 plus 900 attack boost. Nuts. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's it. Now we cherry. So he's trying to fish for a finger. Like, please finger my Fool Loss. And he's like, I'm going to droll instead. Okay, if we passed the finger check, not fingering, let's whip out the cherries. Oh no, don't banish my Huggins. We're not going for Huggin, mate. We're going for the Snatchy. And not that he was even chain summoning a Huggin. We are in response to our own droll before we would not be able to add anymore. And just like that, all of our Snatchies are now banished. Do we auto lose with double Snatchy banished? It's not a good spot, but if we read the field spell, which the Snatchy helps us go into the field spell, the Snatchy says, the field spell that is, what you could do is you could target 2 Yummies in the graveyard or banishment, so the banished Snatchies, then put them back into the extra deck. We have the Flash Fire plus draw 2 is our only play. Normal Jokal. So what could we have done here? When we're playing Runic, we love the benefit of activating from the hand. But in against K9, we probably should have set this. If we set this, Jokal couldn't summon. And then they would have a dead hand, right? Jokal couldn't search, Jokal couldn't summon. They have a Borger, a Jokal stuck in the hand because you have Flash Fire set. That was the play, to literally just set this card, and then he couldn't summon. It's going to be very difficult to remember this, and it's not something you want to force out, but if you can afford to, do not have 2 cards in your hand. But, I mean, we're in a good spot now, right? This is looking pretty good. Gravity Controller, their Mulcharmies are no longer activatable since they had to commit the Jokal to the field to try to do something. Cupsy search. So in a way, them committing Jokal, even though they got to search for an Azuna, they now are not able to Charmy us up. So you could maybe even say Daradurn tricked him into committing to the field. Let's curses. Negate, trigger the field spell, mate, return back to the deck, draw 2. Daradurn is getting ready to clap this up, but we still don't have any Snatchies. The Snatchies are gone from the duel. Let's recycle back our Runic Fountain. Do you see what we had to do? We had to get that, we had to play the field spell, add back the Runic Fountain, then get it in the grave, just so we could return Snatchy back in the extra deck. That was a wild ride. Well done. And the Marshmallow, you cannot activate it in hand. It will trigger or allow the Azuna to activate to then summon a Lupus from the deck, essentially. So just don't activate in grave. Don't activate in hand. And we got this. This is how you summon the TG Hyper Librarian. All right, let's now Runic Fountain. Return 2, draw 2. Why didn't we do the thing? What is this doing? On special summon, target, special summon a Cyber's Tuner from your hand or graveyard in defense. Okay, so we didn't have that play. We do have Snatchy in circulation, though. In response to the Jokal activating a search, freezing curses, negate, and banish cards off the top of the deck. So we should take a moment to look at Sync's banishment pile. What have we lost for good? Caesar, gone for good. Force Release, gone for good. What else? That's it. Wait, both Raisins are banished. Both semi-limited Raisin gone for good with the random banishes. Normal Azuna. Azuna is going to be dumping from the deck. Bell is going to be negating the Lollipo from Reborning from the graveyard here, which turns off our Snatchy play. Oh boy. We still not have activated anything from our hand or graveyard, so we're in a decent spot where the Lupus can't Reborn. We're going to Slumber, banish 3 cards off the top of the deck, trigger the Fountain, return 2, draw 2. What would have been really good is if we randomly banished a Lantern. Lantern is what he wants to search for. But we could not, and that normally is a one of. We could still get rid of it. Nope. It was not high enough chance to get rid of it. 25% chance to delete the Lantern from the hand, Reborn the Lupus, Flash Fire. Say goodbye to the Lancer before it activates a search for the case for K9. Okay. We should still be... Oh, no. Little Knight banish away the Fountain. That is the #1 counter to this deck. Because Fountain is limited to 1. That's it. No more Fountain. Non-target bounce. Sync has barely made any plays. This is crazy. Oh, what the... How did it come to this? I think we won because of Bell. That Bell cut us off from making crazy plays with Yummy. Yummy was going to give us disruption. It was going to give us the ability to destroy a monster, flip monsters face down, search for a follow-up. We cut off their follow-up. We cut off their double disruption. That Bell, and then into a Little Knight. So Bell deleted Yummy, and Little Knight deleted the Runics. That's it. Oh, no. Snatchy, play the field spell from the deck. It's not over. We got plays now. Minion, reborn onto the field. Our Cupsy searching for the Yummy Surprise. Negate. No Yummy Surprise for thee. Now, Reinforcement of the Army is supposed to search for a Raisin, and both of them are banished. Lollipo, reborn 2 bodies from the graveyard. Cookie would trigger, but we want to be summoning it when it's not negated. We're not big enough. Did we think we were going to get big enough? Are we running low on time? What's going on here? Does not activate anything, thus the Lollipo can't activate to reborn something. Holly Sue, main phase 2. Let's link this off into the Rock of the Vanquisher. Rock is going to special summon the Borger on field. And then do we have a Darkened Graveyard to add so that Borger can start drawing a card every turn? Do we have a Mad Love? No love, that is Mad in Grave. Okay. Freezing Curses to battle. Now we're going to be summoning the Gary, I think. No, we're just going to straight up... This is quite smart. By forcing the battle phase, the Rock of the Vanquisher has to activate within the main phase, but then you chain the curses. But if you enter the battle phase, you just curse negate it or just destroy it by battle. I don't know if we... Why did we even negate it? Just destroy it by battle, right? Or no, we had the Borger. Borger was protecting from being attacked into. So this states that while you control Vanquish Soul, your opponent has to target the Typhon for attacks. So we did have to actually negate it. How are we on turn 12? What is going on? Finally drew into a dark. Mad Love with nothing to search. Say goodbye to our cookies. How do we get into this grind game? Now, Borger says, reveal an earth and a fire. We don't have an earth and fire, but if we did, that would be lethal damage. 1,500 damage, but we need a fire. Where's our fire? Where's our Jiao Long? The Raisins are all banished. That's it. Game. Earth, fire. Reveal Ash. Reveal Azuna. Or just attack for game. He's doing it. He's doing it. In response to the destruction. Not today, mate. Burn. Damn. Damn. When you are playing Vanquish Soul K9, you want to get your opponent to 4,800 life. That's the magic number. At 4,800, you Borger on your turn for 15. You Borger on their turn for another 15. That's 3K. They'll be at 1,800 life. Your trap does the rest. So that is going to be one of the ways to end the duels early.